We here with my boy Grant, otherwise known as Smerbo. Yo, we here with my boy Grant, otherwise known as Smerbo. Very popular and known in the city. But for the people who don't know who you are, can you give them a short introduction of yourself?
Oh man, I'm just I would say just a artist, man, a creative, a sewist,
Yeah.
art dealer, you know.
Art dealer, I like that.
Simple.
So we here in Indianapolis, came back home, been seeing him make a lot of stuff. So I wanted to make sure I got this interview. I've always told him that his style, his way of fashion is super dope, and I just think he needs a little bit more eyes on him. So I was happy to be able to connect with him and be able to make this video and kind of show you guys the behind the scenes of how he does everything. Because if you guys don't know, he hand stitches everything, you know, from the material itself. You know, you guys see the mannequin behind us that he works on, to the tags, everything. And I thought that was super dope. So just to give a short introduction to start off, me and him met, you know, growing up. We always went to rival middle schools, high schools, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know, we always kind of had mutual friends and things like that. I want to ask you first, where did your love for fashion come in at?
I don't know, man. My dad, he's a really fly guy. My dad and my uncles, they all dress pretty well. They kind of got like a more, that side of the family is kind of like, they have like a street essence about them. So, you know, they kind of have money, like dope boy money, you know, nice clothes and stuff like that. So my pop's always really been fly. So I think it kind of just rubbed off on me.
Yeah. Even you talked about you being like an artist and stuff. Do you do any drawing as well, or is it mainly just the clothes where you get your artistic nature from?
Well, it's mainly the clothes and then my other business, Artway. So where we take the art shows and kind of just travel across the country, you know, where we try to take a smaller artist, you know, and just kind of give them a bigger platform, a bigger brand. So that's what I meant by like art dealer.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember actually going to one of those a few years back. I think maybe in 2022 or 23.
Yeah.
Didn't even know you was going to be there. I just pulled up with some friends, and they, you know, I just happened to see you in there. And I was like, it had been a minute since I seen you, too.
Hell
Probably
yeah.
since like graduation or something.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was dope to see that. When did you decide that you wanted to take the fashion to the next level and start making your own clothes?
Well, it was kind of like a tragedy, you know what I'm saying? But it also, you know, opened my eyes. But my grandmother, she sews really well. Like, you know, if she wasn't a black woman in the time that she grew up, she could probably easily be in Louis Vuitton or Gucci sewing, you know what I'm saying? So when my grandfather died, I went over there and just spent a lot of time with my grandma, and she ended up just kind of just showing me, you know what I'm saying? I just asked her to show me one day, and she pretty much taught me everything I knew to this point, and I kind of just took a liking to it. So that's kind of what boosted me into, you know, actually wanting to say, this is how this is made, and how do I make this, and how do I take this apart, and how do I actually sew this, rather than, you know, just getting something and, you know, putting a logo on there. You know, I just wanted it to be a little more personable.
That's dope. Is that something that you and your grandmother did together to like kind of bond and spend time together? Is that something that you noticed that she likes, or you said, you know, I want to partake in this because my grandmother likes this?
No, I wouldn't even say that, because me and my grandmother are close. You know, I think that because I've been watching her do it my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it was more so just, I like clothes a lot. You know, I shop often. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, like, let me just really see how this works. And I ended up liking it. So it wasn't like, oh, we need to do this to bond because we're already very close. It was just something else that we were able to bond over. I'll say that.
That's dope. Did your grandmother make any of you guys' clothes as growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, she used to sew a lot. Was it more like clothes, or was it kind of like, you know, bath towels, things like that?
Nah. My grandma, she ill, man. She did my mother's like bridesmaids dresses. So like, she's really good, like wedding dresses and stuff like that. I got jackets, you know, that she made. So it's usually more everything that she's made for us as far as like clothing is more intricate clothing, like blue jean jackets, more, just detailed pieces instead of, simple things.
That's dope. Did you wear a lot of her clothing like in like high school and stuff like that? I know, like I said, you always had an artistic and a different type of style in high school. Did you ever wear some of the clothes that she made for you guys?
I wouldn't say in high school. I would say more so like as I got older, like it would be more so like clothes that she made for my granddad.
Okay.
Or for my uncle that I would go through and just be in her house one day and just be like, damn, this is fire, like I'm taking this, you know what I'm saying? And she like, oh, I made that 20 years ago, you know what I'm saying? And it still looks like it was just made last week, or like you picked it up out the shelf and bought it from the store, you know what I'm saying? So
would you ever go with her to go shop like and look at like materials, threads,
yeah
like that? You guys would come home and put it together?
Yeah, that was the first person who I went to any fabric store with. Like she told me what materials to get. She bought me my first sewing machine. So hell yeah, like that's something that we definitely would do. Just go pick out some fabrics, and she would ask me what I want to make, and then she would take me through the process from step one, from the pattern to picking out the fabric, you know what I'm saying, to changing the needles in the machine. So
that's dope. If you was to give like a kind of sewing expedition for dummies, to like kind of break it down to tell someone like how you would choose a material, what threads to get, for someone like myself who don't know anything about threading, how would you start off?
So I would of course start off with what I want to make. So let's just take a hoodie, for example. I would start with I got the idea to do a hoodie. Then I would go to a pattern. I don't know if I got any behind me, but it's basically just like a puzzle piece, bro. So like I'll cut it out of paper, and it'll be like panels. So it'll be a hood piece, it'll be a front piece, a back piece, 2 sleeves, you know what I'm saying? From there I would cut that pattern out of the paper. Then I would pick whatever fabric I want. I would set the pattern down on the fabric. I cut the fabric out, and then I just sew it together. So it's like a puzzle piece, man. That's what I usually tell people. It's all about just putting the pieces together.
Yeah, you make it sound very simple and stuff,
People ask me all the time, like, is it difficult? I don't think it's necessarily difficult. I think you just have to have an eye for detail and patience. Like, patience. You have to be really patient sewing. So
I would say that's one thing, especially as a kid, I never had.
And that's probably why I didn't start sewing until I got 25, 26.
Okay, that's when you really started to take it seriously.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's when I learned how to sew. Like just from the beginning. Probably like 26.
Okay, because you're 30 now, right?
Yeah.
So you've been doing it for about 5-6 years?
Yeah.
Shout out to Dubby for sponsoring this video. They have a jitterless energy blend. They have mouth-watering flavors, 0 sugars, no artificial flavors, great for mental focus and mental clarity. I personally use it as a pre-workout. I use it when I'm sitting down thinking about content ideas, and also if I didn't get sleep the night before. Use promo code Abdul Wahab at checkout, get 10% off, and thanks to Dubby for sponsoring this video.
And it's crazy some of the pieces you've put together. You actually, I told you off camera that I have one of the first hoodies that you made some years ago. I was down in Miami, and you had made one very similar to what he has on now. That stitching on there, but it wasn't a zip. It was just a straight hoodie. Yeah. It was like a dark gray,
with the blue.
Yeah, that.
Hell yeah.
I don't even know where I got that. It's probably in my storage unit somewhere down in Miami.
Yeah, you in Miami. It's hot as hell. You don't even need hoodies.
I didn't need it, man. When I was in New Hampshire, I used to wear it a lot.
Okay, yeah,
because I needed it up there. I was there during the winter time, so I would wear it, a couple of times a week or whatever, because. I like the material of it, but it was thicker.
Yeah.
So it helped me out there because
for sure, man.
7 inches of snow.
Yeah, bro. That's usually my goal, bro. I'm real like material based. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, what does it feel like? What is how heavy is it? How heavy is the t-shirt, or how does the t-shirt fit, or how heavy is the hoodie? You know what I'm saying? Or how light it is. I'm real big on what material I'm using for sure.
Let me ask you this: the hoodie that you have on now, what is the main material for this? Because it looks very soft, very comfortable to wear.
It's a cotton, man. It's 100% cotton. 100% you know what I'm saying? Yep.
That's dope. I actually have on one of his shirts now. I'll have you do a B-roll of it later, but to show the shirt. But everything that I've gotten from you so far has been dope.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
The only issue is recently, every time I go on the website, he's always sold out.
And you know, that's the thing too, bro. Like me taking it more serious, like I said earlier, I have the other business, Seven House, that I work on pretty often. So I would say just, you know, this year, last year, man, I'm trying to take it more serious, not always have an inventory, you know what I'm saying? So people can go on the website and it's like, damn, this is sold out, you know what I'm saying? I don't want that every time. I definitely want to give people an opportunity to, you know, buy the things, put them on, you know. Hopefully I start opening up commissions here soon once I get some more time, to where it's like if anybody wants a one-on-one or something that you see me make, or I mean something that you've seen on shopping online that you like, oh, I like that silhouette, like I want this made, but I want it made my way, like that's where I
more custom pieces.
Yeah.
I think there's a good thing in that you know, some of the stuff sells out because it means that the people like it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's good and bad. It's good because people like it, but it's like, dang, when somebody want to buy something, it could possibly turn off a buyer, but it's a good thing because, you know, a lot of people buying the stuff. And then I see everybody with your stuff on. Obviously, I follow a lot of people from Indy, so I see like people with the lighters or people with the t-shirts, people with the hoodies, the vests, and things like that. I think that is super dope. I just lost my train of thought. I had another question for you. It's good. You gonna have to edit that shit out.
It'd be like that. You good?
I asked you about the sewing and stuff. Oh, when it comes to networking, how have you been able to? Because obviously, you know, I've always kind of seen you as kind of like a popular guy around the city. A lot of people know you. You know, people see you I tell people all the time, but everybody loves Grant, bro. Everybody loves Grant, bro. I can't think of somebody who's like had anything bad to say about him or say I don't fuck with him or whatever. As far as networking and getting your brand and your name out there, was it, you know, you just being kind of known as being like a friendly person and just kind of everybody loving you, or how do you go about networking and getting your brand out there and like pushing out the material?
Well, that's a great question. It kind of goes back to me taking it more serious because I would say I am, you know, like a popular guy, I guess, but, you know, I tell my little brother this all the time, like, I don't think it's necessarily about me being the coolest guy, you know what I'm saying? But I genuinely just enjoy supporting the people that I'm around. Yeah. I enjoy, you know, my city. So over the years, I mean, you know, like I've told you, you know, off camera, like, bro, anything you need, you know, I got you. So I think that's kind of just the type of person that I am. So I think early on, I was finding, you know, comfort in just being like, okay, I do know a lot of people. I know this person, and the clothes will sell from there. Now I'm trying to be more focused with the marketing, more, you know, intentional with all of this and not taking it necessarily for granted and just being like, okay, I know a lot of people, so they'll buy the clothes. Now I'm trying to, you know, do stuff like this so the next person in Miami can enjoy the clothes, you know, and enjoy the brand and, you know, actually pick up on, you know, what I stand for. And so basically, to answer your question, man, early on, it was just a part of me knowing a lot of people. And now as I'm taking it more serious, I am being more intentional with, you know, buying ads or, you know, how I market or what videos I use or, you know, how I'm using social media and where I'm placing these products at, etc. So
we kind of spoke about it a bit off camera. If you can go into it, you went to something in Atlanta you were telling us about. That's something that helped push the brand.
Yeah, man. InvestFest. And that's the thing too. Like I'm halfway shy. So a lot of the times, man, like I'm not necessarily. I don't necessarily like talking about myself. So stuff like InvestFest, where, you know, we're around a whole bunch of, you know, creators and people that, you know, have a common goal, and we're all in here to help each other. That's kind of what InvestFest did for me, you know, made me just more comfortable to actually put myself out there, you know what I'm saying? Because it was in Atlanta, you know, so these are people that don't know me from a can of paint, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times I'll be with my friends and they like, man, you need to go market, you need to go tell so-and-so, like, this what you do, like, you make clothes from scratch, etc. And I'm usually, you know, playing it too cool or playing it too shy. So, you know, Atlanta definitely helped me just be like, man, fuck it, like, This is what the fuck I do, like, and I'm ill with this shit. Like, you know, I'm not only ill in Indianapolis, you know, like, I really do this shit. Like, I can really take your shirt apart, your jeans apart, you know, I can really put that shit back together. You know, I can go spend hours in a fabric store and know what I'm looking at. Like, I can know what size needle I'm using. Like, I really have studied this shit, and I study it every day, you know what I'm saying? So I would say that's what InvestFest did for me. Just help me put myself out there more and just be more confident with what the fuck I'm saying and what I got going on.
Yeah, especially when you come with more substance, I say you have a lot more confidence. I said that when I was younger too. I was always used to be very shy.
Yeah.
You know, if I didn't know you, I didn't really speak to people. When people get to know me, they're kind of, okay, I like him. You know, he's a cool guy. But I had to get over that myself. Even yesterday, walking up on Starlito, I didn't want to do it, but I was like, I'm not gonna get this opportunity again.
And you know what's crazy, bro? My friend, he really liked Starlito, so he like get a picture of him with me, take a picture. I'm like, cool, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking at him, cause I'm like the same way, and I'm like, man, I'm about to just go talk to Starlito, you know what I'm saying? Tell him, you know, just talk to him about what I got going on, and we sat there and had like a 15-20 minute conversation, like him just being kind of intrigued with what I had going on, and you know, just talking to me, you know what I'm saying? So it's interesting that you say that, because I'm literally the same way, bro.
Yeah. I had to learn, man. Being out with him in Miami sometimes, like, yo, that's so-and-so. I might not know who the person is. He's like, yo, go talk to him. I'm like, I don't want to bother people. That's my thing. I don't like being an inconvenience to nobody.
Same, bro.
You know, but I've had to learn to just go up to people, shake their hand. Hey, my name is so-and-so. Look them in the eye, shake their hand. And a lot of people are more receptive when you come to them that way versus like being like more like a fan, or you just trying to like get a clip or whatever, because you know a lot of people stream and stuff, so people trying to get clips, and so people are a little bit cautious, and they're kind of like, okay, what are you on?
Now let me ask you a question, like, because you saying that it's kind of just sparking something in my brain. Like, do you think that we're like that because of where we come from? You know what I'm saying? Because Indianapolis, like, for the most part, like, people here are not very helpful. Like, people will have the answer to what you're looking for and be talking to you face to face and not want to give you the answer. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's made me just be like more kind of just reserved, where it's like, like you said, I don't want to bother people. When real, in all actuality, like, these people are not being bothered by that, you know, if you come to them at a respectful way, etc. But like, do you think that Indianapolis has kind of just made us more like, just kind of like, just a little, you know, reserved. Just reserved, because we're not the nicest place. We're not the nicest people here, you know what I'm saying? So
I would say yes, especially moving to Miami. I learned that a lot, because there's a lot of people I just walk up on and I just greet them. And I say, hey, what's up? And they're receptive, and they like, but a lot of them are successful. You know, there's the old saying, the game is meant to be sold, not told. But you got some people who have a certain level of wealth and knowledge where they want to share it with people.
And see, I hate I hate that quote, because to me, the game is to be told, not sold. Because that's the only way I can pull back and reach and help my brother. And my brother can help his brother, and his brother can help somebody I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how Atlanta is. That's why I'm like so fascinated with just Atlanta and me being back and forth with Atlanta, that it's like, we both do clothes, we both do content, but it's enough money and eyes out here for everybody. So it's like, I would rather help you, you know what I'm saying? Tell you the game and do like that. And I think that's, bro, just a piece of Indianapolis why our culture and our community is not where it could be, because we do not want to help and give the game and just be just humble servants to the universe, God, Allah, you know, whatever you believe in. Like,
I would say that for sure. Because a lot of people, like you said, it's kind of like a grimy city, so you kind of got to be on high alert sometimes. And a lot of people, they look at it like, oh, you come to take my spot. But like you said, it's enough for everybody to eat. You know, when you go to major cities like Miami and Atlanta, places like that, and obviously there's still grimy people in those areas. However, a lot of those people, they made it through collaborations, through networking and talking to other people. What I've learned is giving value to people first. That's the biggest thing I learned with listening to creators, people who make content, people, whether it's clothes, whatever it is. If you want to if you want to further the relationship, if you want to be able to solidify the relationship, don't go and ask for something first.
Yeah.
Offer to add value first. Now, sometimes, you know, if it's something quick, like I said with Lito yesterday, I was just like, yo, you know, my name's Waylo.
Yeah.
I do content. Would you be down to do a quick interview?
Yeah.
And I didn't even do it like how I really wanted to do it. But again, I didn't want to inconvenience him, so I just wanted to make it quick.
Yeah.
My guy told me, he just told me in the car, he was like, yo, you ain't even introduce him or nothing.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, yo, I just want to do this quick. Because
It'd be like that sometimes. You just be moving so fast, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
You know, he's in the midst of playing the games and stuff. I was like, this is a quick opportunity. Let me just ask him real quick. And at first, you know, it didn't seem like he really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, you sure? He's like, yeah, let's do it. So as the conversation started to go, I asked him about music a little bit. I also asked him about him getting more into fitness and running. Because I told him, I was like, I don't like running.
Yeah.
But when I joined the Run Club Miami, I started to grow a love for it.
Yeah.
And I seen he did that. He started to open up a little bit more. Then I asked him about, he seemed to actually knew who he was and like, you know, been following him and things like that.
It wasn't just like oh, somebody just told you, oh, that's Starlito. Like, you know, he saw you actually were serious about what you had going on as well, like the questions and shit like that. So yeah, he was way more receptive to it. You know, we laughed a couple of times, which was dope. Cause I've been listening to it since forever.
High school, man.
Literally,
like 15 years or so.
No, literally. When I was looking at him the other day, I was like, wow, we have been listening to him for so long. He does, you know, like you could just tell he's just like wise, like just more wise, just like a little older. You know what I'm saying? He was real. Cool, chill.
We talked about books and stuff too, because I was like, a lot of people know about your music, but they don't know that you're an avid reader. We started to talk about books a little bit, and he was like, okay. And obviously, you know, the intellect started to come out a little bit more. You started to see, you know, the knowledge that he's acquired over time. But I would say definitely to get back to your question, I would say it's like that in Indy because a lot of people, it's a grimy city. So
for sure.
A lot of people, they don't know if you're genuine or not.
Yeah.
But when you go to other places, I got the most growth when I got out the city.
Yeah.
Because you either sink or swim. There's really no other option. You got to make it happen.
Yeah.
If
there's
not,
no safety net.
There's no safety net. I can't just go to my mom's. Now, I can come back home, but it's like, am I really going to pack up and drop back 1,000 miles?
No.
So I would say that helped a lot. And you got to get around people who are more genuine. And you can, as we're older now, we can tell when people are genuine.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think sometimes we ignore some of the red flags when it comes to that. But I would say for sure, and I was, you know, I know you said you went to, what was it called again? What was it?
Invest Fest.
Invest Fest. Do we have any other events like that in the city, or do you have to go outside the city to hit up events like that?
It's probably like, well, as far as Invest Fest, I'm gonna be real. I don't know if it's anywhere in the country that is providing what they provide at Invest Fest. As far as like progressive events in the city, it's a few that aren't just like parties, you know what I'm saying? Like Mike G's events, you know what I'm saying? The event we went to yesterday, the 520 podcast.
Shout out to them, that was a great event.
For sure. Artway, best art show in the country, you know what I'm saying? That's started here. So yeah, we definitely do have those events, but it's few and far between, to be honest with you.
I would say you know, just my advice, obviously, you know, Chicago right up the road.
Yeah.
I would say try to look up events and do things like that. Just to give a quick story, my guy behind the cam, he pulled up on, it was a workshop. Guy, you know who Steve Wood is, right?
Yeah.
The guy who rapped Steve Wood's car, it's like this diamond encrusted car. It's like famous down in Miami. If you see it, you know it's Steve.
Yeah.
And he just happened to be there. The guy's main camera kept dying. So just to say, he just happened to be there, Johnny on the spot in a perfect position. And not to, you know, he just went there to like kind of, you know, network and be able to record some stuff to show some value. And with that, he was able to land a job.
Hell yeah, that's that preparation, man. That's that just always staying ready and that's kind of like to circle back to the, you know, idea of clothes being sold out all the time. Like, I don't want that. Like, I want inventory, because it has been people that I have met that I'm like, damn, I wish I could give you something right now. I wish I could give you this, or wish I could give you that, but I don't have anything on, you know what I'm saying? I don't have anything on me. So that's definitely something that I'm changing.
Yeah, yeah. Do you ever like if you meet someone or you just out, you ever just like hand out like free merch?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like a lot of the times, like if I got stuff on me, like just how I deal with you, bro, like with the hoodie, you know what I mean? Usually if I'm out and I got something on me, bro, I just pop the trunk, bro, and give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Give it to whoever it is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think that's dope too. You know, it goes back to what I was saying about, you know, adding value.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might have to just give away some shit for free.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Bro,
especially so people can see the quality, feel the quality. There's a lot of guys in Miami that do that. It's a guy who walks around with cookies.
Yeah.
These really good cookies. And I guess people talk about they're soft in the middle, but they're a little crispy on the outside. He just give them out. It's another guy walks around like there was this bamboo toilet paper.
Yeah.
They just be giving out stuff for free. But he'd be recording. He might, because again, when you in Miami and you in like Brickell area, the Diamond or Design District, the Diamond District, you never know who you're gonna run into.
I love Miami.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you just having your stuff on you, you can just give it to people, you know, and like they'll have a QR code or whatever that, you know, you can pull up their website and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
really good.
That's the best form of marketing too. Like, I mean, even if like I see somebody and I give you something and you don't necessarily look at it right away, like, or wear it right away, you know, I've seen people, you know, take clothes from somebody and not wear it for like a year, and then once they put it on that year later and they tag it and they open it and go through the P.O. box, it's like, you know, shit shoots up. So you just never know what the time is gonna be and who you gonna meet. So going back to it, it's just like being prepared.
Yeah.
Just staying ready.
Yeah, definitely. I want to say, do you have any events or anything coming up that we should be on the lookout for that, you know, you want to shout out?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do like a pop-up this summer. Because I do want to just start building a brand so people know, like, I want to start teaching people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people ask me how to sew, and, you know, pick out fabrics, etc. And a lot of men ask me too. So I definitely want to get into classes, some sewing classes, teaching people. I'll do a pop-up this summer at some point. And then September 5th, we got Artway in Nashville at the National Museum of African American Music. So that's my big project right now as far as events go.
Okay, you said that's September 5th?
September 5th, yep. That's
okay, you definitely have to send me now. Yeah. Maybe we can make our way out there.
Hell yeah, bro. Nashville, bro, it's a great trip. You've been to an Artway before, so I think it'll be cool for you to see from where we started to where we are now with the museum. The museum is really cool. So yeah, we're on the most popular street in America. Next to like Times Square, of course, but yeah, we're right there on Broadway in Nashville. National Museum of African American Music.
I would say that I don't have an artistic bone in my body, but I can appreciate something that looks nice. I appreciate the art. Like we went in there, we seen it, it's like, yo, that's fire.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate art, even though I know I couldn't put together something like that myself. I can appreciate that and understand the hard work that goes behind putting some of those pieces together, putting together an event like how I went to. Like I said, that event was dope.
Yeah. People say that to me all the time. Like, I don't have a creative bone in my body. I'm like, yeah, you do. You just not thinking of what you're doing as creative. Like, because me sitting here listening to you and watching you on Instagram and, you know, how you market and, I mean, just even how you communicate with your cameraman is creative. How you pick up questions and what questions you want to ask, how you ask the questions, like that's all creativity, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I want people to know with the art too, bro. Like, everybody is really a creative. Like, it does not have to be clothes, or you do not have to be a photographer or a painter, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally creativity in everything that you doing.
That's crazy. I never actually thought about it that way. I used to say to myself that I didn't have a talent, but I started to learn, especially when people tell me they see me on Instagram or on YouTube and stuff, and they say I have a knack for speaking.
Yeah, hell
and I'm starting to get better and better at it.
Yeah.
But like my aunts told me that, and I'm like, because sometimes when I've done some of these interviews, I've been like nervous where I can feel it, and he can even kind of see it a little bit because you know my mic is towards my chest, so he might be able to hear it a little bit, but the viewer doesn't see or hear it.
Yeah,
and I'm like when I did that podcast, my first ever podcast, my boys podcast, and I was nervous the whole time. But as I started to go through it a little bit, I started to pick up a flow and it started to become easier.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that like some people see it as like, okay, you're making good progress. Because to myself, I'm like, yo, this shit sucks. Like I got to get way better.
Hell yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
And bro, we need to know that, like, as creators, bro, we need to hear that, you know, sometimes. But yeah, bro, you doing a great job, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, I mean, you know, we talked off the camera, you know, just about, you know, both of us just kind of being, you know, from the same place and, you know, continuing to go upward. You know, we seen a lot of people that we grew up around that aren't here, or that, you know, are stagnant, you know, whatever the case may be. So yeah, bro, you know, pat yourself on the back. And I'm the same way, bro. Like, you know, I'll be doing something, I'll be sitting and looking at clothes, and I'll look at a stitch for 2 hours like, damn, this tiny stitch is fucked up. Somebody will come in here, they will have no idea that that stitch is fucked up. They won't even know. They'll never know, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like a reminder for me. It's like, bro, like, we're gonna make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Like, every product, like, is not gonna be perfect for us. Like, I don't think I've made anything that I feel like is perfect, and I don't think I ever will, because it's, you know, just the innate sitting and editing a video, and you know, you got your questions, and then you prepped for this for so long, and then, you know, after you get done prepping, then you do the interview, and then once you get done with the interview, you edit the video, and then you gotta figure out what clips you're gonna put online and shit like that. So from where you started the idea to you finishing it as a creative, that's what I'm saying, you creative, I know it gets tiring, and that's like, fuck, like, on to the next thing. You can't stop and be like, damn, like, I love this, I fucked with this. Like, as a creative, I already know you on to the next interview, like, how I'm gonna get this next interview, what's the next questions, you know what I'm saying? So we don't slow down a lot of the time to just really appreciate and understand what the fuck we're doing, you know what I'm saying? So I do want to let you know, bro, you're doing a good job, bro. Keep doing that shit.
I appreciate you.
Bro, behind the camera, bro, you keep doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it going, bro.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate for sure, bro.
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
a lot of times, you know, we hard on ourselves, but it's good because, you know, it lets us know that we can continue to progress and get better.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, I appreciate that. Hearing other people say that to me is like, I gotta keep pushing, because it's been projects and stuff I've stopped and quit before, but I'm like, I just started this January 1st, but I'm like, this shit I'm not gonna quit.
Yeah, bro. Like,
I'm just gonna keep pushing.
Gotta keep pushing, bro. That's the biggest thing. And I mean, I know you've met these people, like these, you know, very successful people, and most of the majority of the successful people I know, like, are not necessarily innately ridiculously talented. You know what I'm saying? I do know some people that are, but majority of the people that got bread and, you know, followed their dreams and found their dreams are literally people that just didn't fucking quit. Like, and it's so easy to quit, bro. Like, it's so easy, like, every day, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, this is fucking tough. Like, or, you know, I'll get in my mode where, like you said, where I feel like, damn, like, this could be better or whatever, but the next person is looking at this like, this is amazing, I couldn't even do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the next person would be like, bro, I couldn't even do what you doing right now, and just even be able to get behind the camera and ask people questions and come up with the questions and the consistency. Like, so you got to definitely remember that you're doing stuff that not everybody can do, and that, you know, the next person wishes they can do, and then the young kid is looking up like, this is what I want to do.
I would definitely say that. I want to preference my last question by asking you this. I'm gonna start off with a statement first, and I'm gonna ask you the question. One thing that keeps me going is me understanding and hearing the story of, like, Benjamin Franklin failing to make the light bulb 1,000 times. You know, dude literally fell 1,000 times. Then at one time he made that success. Now we got the lights. Now, you know what I mean? Like, where would we be without lights?
Literally.
You know what I mean? And to understand and hear that, because like you said, it's easy to quit because everybody gonna walk away. I think that consistency is what separates the winners and losers.
For sure.
What would you say inspires you to just keep going?
I mean, it's a lot, bro, and I don't even want to get sad and morbid about this shit, bro, but it's like knowing people so personally that I was so close with that lost their life at such a young age, you know what I'm saying, before at 21, you know, the guy that I'm specifically speaking about, it's like shit, he wanted to do clothes. Like he was doing clothes, you know, I know people that had like a real dream.
Yeah.
And somebody stopped his life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He had, it's nothing he could do, like as far as continuing to chase his dream, you know what I'm saying? So me realizing that, losing him at such a young age, I think it kind of just like snapped in my brain, like, bro, this shit ain't promised. Like, this is here today, gone tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't quit. Like, you know, I seen people that don't have the opportunity to even quit, you know what I'm saying? They don't even have the opportunity to quit because they didn't even see 22, 23 years old, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, now at 30, it's like, okay, I've been able to see that, you know, I've learned from so many people. I've learned from, you know, so many things that I've been through. So I think that's just what motivates me to just keep going. Like I've actually seen with my own eyes, like life be gone in a second, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what really keeps me fucking moving and keeps me motivated.
Yeah. Is there anything else? Any anything else that you want to say and, you know, to talk about before we end the interview? Any value you want to give? Words of encouragement, advice, anything that you want to say?
I mean, bro, like what I was just telling you, man. That's what I would just tell, you know, all creatives, man. I know it's tough. Being an entrepreneur, creative is not easy, but I would say it's worth it. So, you know, keep going. I don't have it all figured out. I don't want people to watch this interview and be like, damn, he got it all figured out. Like, no, that's not the case. Like, I'm still figuring this shit out day by day. You know what I'm saying? So I would say give myself some advice as well, just to stay patient and stay down, stay locked in. Like you said earlier, watch who you around. Yeah. You know, keep your community close and, you know what I'm saying? Just stand for something, bro. Yeah. Stand for something. Follow something.
All right. Hey, definitely give them a let the people know where they can find you. All your social media handles, we'll definitely put it in there, but give them a shout out.
Smerbo, SMERBO_. And my main page is like G Sims 7H or something like that, I think. But the main thing is that Smerbo page, man. Y'all go follow that Smerbo page, SMERBO_.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I appreciate you doing this with me.
Hell yeah, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you.